It was Miles Morrell of blessed memory who said, "Where the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable." Many people today live their lives carelessly, recklessly, and without any restraint because they do not know who God created them to be or what He created them to do. In a culture where temptation is everywhere, one of the major reasons people fall into sexual sin is lack of direction. They lack clarity of purpose. They have too much idle time. They live for the moment instead of for a cause. They have jobs that brings them little or no satisfaction. And you see, when you don't know what you are living for, you easily live for pleasure. Some of the hidden drivers of sexual struggles today are aimlessness and unfulfillment. But when you live your life on purpose, your energy, your time, your emotions seldom drift towards anything that offers you quick stimulations or escape. Purpose does not necessarily remove temptations, but it reorders your priorities. It redirects your energy. It strengthens your discipline. And it gives you something bigger to live for. And today, as I continue with the part 16 of this series, I'll be teaching you on how purposeful living helps you to live sexually pure. God said to Jeremiah in the book of Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5, "Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and ordained you a prophet to the nations." You see, just as God, the master potter, knew Jeremiah before he was formed in his mother's womb, so does God know you and I. Just as God knew his plans for Jeremiah before he was uniquely created and set apart to be a prophet, so does God know his plans and his purposes for your life before he shaped and uniquely created you. God had detailed plans for your life even before you were conceived. He put his mark upon you and reserved you for a specialized purpose. So you are not an accident. You are not a mistake. Stop living like one. And you see, it doesn't matter the circumstances behind your birth. God knows you intimately and he has predestined you for a purpose. God, in his infinite wisdom, created a void in every human being that can only be filled by purpose. And that's why it doesn't matter how rich, how wealthy, how powerful or influential you are. If your life is not aligned to God's original purpose for your life, you will still feel empty and unfulfilled. And until that void is filled by purpose, the heart continues to seek for alternative ways to fill it. You see, a lot of people settle for less than they deserve and they are worth because they do not know who God created them to be. A lot of people wander and waste away their lives because they think their life is meaningless. Many people live recklessly and indulge in all kinds of destructive lifestyles because they think their life is inconsequential. Please, you must understand that you are yet to discover and to align to God's purpose for your life does not mean that you do not have one. Let me say it again, that you are yet to discover and to align to God's original purpose for your life does not mean that you do not have one. And it doesn't mean that you should waste away because God hates waste. And if you are not valuable, God wouldn't have created you in the first place. He wouldn't have invested so much potentials and gifts inside of you. And he wouldn't have sent his son, Jesus Christ, to die for you. Now, how does purposeful living helps you to live sexually pure? Number one, purpose gives your life a reason to say no to sexual temptation. It helps you to choose long-term fulfillment over short-term gratification. You become less impulsive and more deliberate about consequences. Number two, purpose gives your life meaningful goals, growth, and service. And when the heart has clarity, your energy is directed. And when energy is directed, your time is structured. And less idle time means fewer opportunity for unhealthy living. Number 3, purpose strengthens your identity. When identity is anchored on God's calling on your life, destructive lifestyle feels out of place. Number 4, purpose promotes discipline and intentional living. You discipline your desires not because you are pressured, but because you have something to protect. Number 5, purpose helps you to set boundaries without guilt. When you are in alignment with God's calling for your life, it becomes easy to say no to anything that is not in alignment with that calling. It becomes easy to say no to sexual temptation, to pornography, to drugs, to alcohol, to peer pressure, or to anything that is negative that want to pull you away from that part of your calling. Now that you know how important purpose is to you, ask yourself, have I been living my life on purpose or recklessly? If recklessly, find out why. And if your answer is boredom, emptiness, and unfulfillment, then your problem is probably lack of purpose. If your answer to reckless and wasteful living is lack of purpose, then the next thing to do is to discover your purpose. And as soon as you do that, begin to pursue it with everything that you have got. And the best way to discover your purpose is to go back to the one who created you in the first place, and that is God. Please remember that purpose is not something you design, but something you discover. Go back to God and ask Him, what is His purpose for your life? And He will direct you. Finally, when you know what you want and where you are going, you become more careful of what you allow into your life. Distraction loses its power over you. Temptation loses its control over you. And sexual purity becomes the byproduct of a focused life. Now, let me ask you, have you discovered your purpose, or are you still living your life on trial and error basis? Let me know on the comment section. This is where I end today's teaching. Remember to like and share this post, and please subscribe to this channel. Until I come your way next time, remain blessed.